really excited about this summit because I get to learn a lot of new stuff, and DSC really helps me to identify and make my skills grow.
DSCs are university-based student groups that come together and learn Google technology from each other.
In DSC, I could not only learn about technical skills related about technology, but also here I could learn about soft skills like leadership, communication, and also mentoring.
I've been developing NLP-based web applications at school, and with the Google technologies I learned at the summit, I'm looking forward to taking my project to the next level.
We expanded developer student clubs this year to more universities and more countries across Southeast Asia. It is this summit where their journey begins. Over the next 2 days, DSC Leads learn vital technical, problem-solving and leadership skills from Googlers and industry experts before they go back to their universities to train more students, build projects and contribute back to the community.
The most memorable part of this summit is when we met other DSC leads from different countries, learning their culture and sharing the same goal, and that is helping our fellow students with the use of technology.
The sessions that was most useful for me was how to build community, how to focus and respect the audience.
It's crucial that students are able to see the big picture and prepare themselves for their professional career. And that's what DSC does. It gives them a path for the future.
The DSC journey helped me build my passion in one area of technology and grow my career.
We want you to start connecting with, understand your community, understand your university, see what's going on in your city, talk to businesses, talk to NGOs, talk to your university, identify problem statements, and then work as a group to solve those problems and actually build solutions.
I'd like to make sure that no one in my community is left behind.
We're so excited to work with you all DSC leads from across the region, to see your career grow and support you solve local problems and create impact in your communities.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our event today. Thank you for taking your time out of your Tuesday night to join us today in our Ask Me Anything question. So my name is Alex Shai, and I'm the DSC lead for University Technology Petronas, currently located in Perak. And with us, we actually have DSC leads from everywhere. But before we let them introduce themselves, let me first tell you guys what is DSC in case you don't know. So DSC is actually the short form for Developer Student Clubs. And what Developer Student Clubs is actually a community-based, a community group for college and university students who are interested in Google developer technologies. And it's supposed to help students bridge the gap between theory and practice, a community where you can meet new friends, learn technology together, and become better together. All right, so now let us have the DSC leads that are joining me today to introduce themselves. So let's start with Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Yeah, so hi, everyone. I'm Kim. I'm a DSC lead from XMUM, which is Xiamen University, Malaysia, which is a branch from Xiamen University in China. So yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Next, we have Sze Yuan.
Okay, hi guys. I'm Yien. I'm the current DSC lead of University Technology Malaysia. Also, I'm a computer science student at UTM.
All right, next we have Yien.
Hello, I'm Yien. You can call me Yien, and I'm from Sunway University, currently pursuing computer science as well.
And finally, we have Danial.
Hi everyone, my name is Danial, and I'm the DSC lead for University of Malaya. I'm currently a computer science student studying at University of Malaya as well, and I'm happy to be here with all my fellow friends.
All right, sounds good. So as I mentioned just now, we are all DSC leads. So what DSC leads are is basically a leader to be selected from each university to basically lead the developer student club in the university. Because each club has to have a leader, right? And we are the one who is responsible for leading the clubs or the communities in our universities. I mean, it's a big responsibility, but it's a worth it one. So what does being a DSC lead actually mean? Like, you just get selected and then you can do whatever you want, or like, does it have a special meaning for you? What do you think about that, Danial?
Okay, so it's a really good question to start off things with. So what being a DSC lead means personally to me is being able to be part of the growth of my peers, especially in my community. So especially in University of Malaya, we have tons of different types of people, especially in the computer science background, or even people who aren't part of the computer science background. So them being able to participate in a club or a community that focuses on personal growth as well as the development in their developer skills, makes me really exciting to be in the midst of it, all of it. So just being a part of that really, means the world to me as a lead.
I see. That sounds great. How about you, Zian? What do you think?
I think being a DSC lead is just like any other student club or organization out there. The president or DSC lead need to manage the operation of the whole club. They also need to guide and lead the teams toward the success. They are the people who made the final decision over almost all the issue. They also need to act as the diplomat for meeting with the outsider. Lastly, they also need to be the one who train the next leader or president of their club, which is DSC here.
Very true, very formal. How about you, Yien? What do you think about this?
In my opinion, being a DSC lead is like I'm able to take part in expanding the club and also to get more tech enthusiasts around the city to join the community. And most importantly, because we are a student, so we are actually able to gain more technical skills and I'm also able to let my peers know more about what I know and to teach them. So everyone grows together.
That's very true. That's very good. I think that's the fundamental purpose of a developer student club, right? So finally, Kim, what do you think?
Yeah, so for me, right? DSC is more like community lead because like everyone is the same as in the community. So a community lead basically is like helping the members to get what they want and get to learn what they wish to learn, and really empowers them. And basically, just empowers people and organize some events to let people to learn some technical skills, gather people from different backgrounds to learn more about tech, which are all they are. And if they are enthusiastic about tech, they can build some digital solutions, something that can impact the society. And yeah, that's basically what I think is we are just a community lead, which is just helping people and empowers people.
I see. I mean, that's a very interesting views from everyone. I mean, we're all from different backgrounds, from different universities, so I'm sure everyone has different experience, right? So for DSC lead, right, or when we are selected, the tenure for our lead period is actually 1 year. So right now it's only like 3 months left, kind of, 2 months left in our tenure. It flew by very fast. I couldn't really believe that it's already like 10 months already, almost like that, right? So like, I'm sure a lot of things happen, right, in your DSC lead, as a DSC lead in your own DSCs, you know, a lot of events happening, a lot of people you meet. So like, I'm sure you have some memorable experiences. So like, how about you, Yien? Like, do you have any like memorable experiences as a DSC lead?
Definitely, I do. So I think still the most memorable part for me being the DSC is that when I'm setting up the DSC, I get to meet a lot of people. I mean, there are senior and lecturers who help me a lot. They provide me with a lot of guidance on how should I set up my DSC, how to do the paperwork, and also the mistake that I should avoid. Then I also met a lot of people who share the same interests and goal with me, because when I'm setting up my DSC, I need to try to find my core team member. So I get to meet a lot of people who have same interests and goal with me, and we get to work together toward common goal. Like for example, in the solution trench, we try to create apps together. Yeah.
I see. So how about you, Daniel? What about you? What's your experience? What's your memorable moments?
Okay, so in terms of memorable moments, I've got like quite a bit to like share. I guess the first thing was, especially when you get the call up to be a DSC lead, you're obviously like super elated and like you're excited, and a lot of things that you want to do and carry out, but you don't exactly know like where to start and all that. So I guess one of the most memorable things to me at first was, I guess, organizing everything, like especially in terms of your club and your community, and like what, you know, who would you like to be in your core team, in your committee, what types of events you want to push out and structure as well. So I guess being a part of that organization just really helps a lot, and it's also kind of just memorable in a way because like you just keep yourself busy like throughout. But I think one of the most memorable parts of being a DSC lead is being able to work with all of you as well, all of the other leads, when we're organizing our nationwide events, our virtual events, like DSC Kita Hack. So DSC Kita Hack was, at first it was just like an idea, obviously, like which came to fruition from last year's DSC's term. But being able to be a part of the team with all of you as well at the back end and just pushing out this event virtually is just insane. So yeah, that's basically one of my most memorable moments here as a DSC.
I see. True. I mean, it's kind of sad that this DSC tenure is all virtual because of the pandemic. But we still made it work. I mean, at least we can go and tell people that we did everything virtual. It's like an experience on our resume. All right. I mean, just now Sze mentioned about setting up your team, right, and how you set up your DSC, right? So I guess DSC Malaysia is not really like a super new thing, but it's relatively new, right? I believe it started like 1 or 2 years ago. I don't remember specifically. So from my understanding, Yien and Daniel, you guys are just like continuing the clubs, right? I mean, so am I. So like, but how about to my understanding, Kim and Sze Yuan, or Kim, I'm not sure about Sze Yuan, but Kim, you started the DSC from scratch, right? From zero to nothing in Xiamen, right? So can you tell us like what was the experience like? How is it like from zero to like starting a club?
Yeah, so at first, right, how I get to know about DSC is like a few DSC events from like DSC UM and DSC Sunway, UTM, all kind of stuff. Previous year, I saw a few events. And so the first, I think the first DSC Guitar Hack, and that's the time I get to know about DSC. Yeah, I'm curious about like what they are. Like they organize all sorts, some sort of cool events like Firebase, Flutter. These are all not like taught in classes, which I'm very curious of. Classes they teach you like very theoretical stuff, and I really like to work on hands-on stuff at that time. Then yeah, DSC. Yeah, and yeah, at the time I started curious about DSC. Then I actually ping DSC APU lead at that time. Then I say, can I know more about like DSC? What is it about? I wish to like have something like this in my university, which can help the students who are enthusiasts in tech with like me. And he tell me about the details things. And I'll say, oh, that's cool. I want to apply. He said, oh no, it's only open about like May last year. I'll say, okay, I'll wait until May. I think that time is about January. I'll wait until May. So when the DSC lead application is out, I directly applied it. And yeah, at the same time, I get some friends who are some classmates, some friends who are enthusiastic with tech, right? We do get the same vision, and we say, how about let's start a community here in Sze Yuan University, Malaysia. Although it's hard, it's because we are new and we are totally new in our university. But probably it might be a revolutionized one to let people to learn stuff outside of classes and learn interesting tech stuff which are not in classes, such as like Firebase, Flutter, and all kind of stuff. Yeah. And yeah, so there are a lot of obstacles at first. Yeah, because at first we can't actually get registered as a official club in our university because like they need to go through a lot of procedures. There's a lot of procedures. I won't go through like very detailed. But what we can do is we get to like subsidiary with another club, so we collaborate together to get DSC into Sze Yuan University, Malaysia. And yeah, that's basically the story. It basically just want to get people to learn to get in touch with like cool tech stuff outside of classes. And yeah, and we make it as a community so that we can motivate each other and learn together and grow together. Yeah,
I see. That is quite interesting. But how about for the rest though? Like when you guys like just got assigned as the new lead, right? I'm sure there's like a handover phase. Like so, it's like, what is like the first thing you did, or like when you get selected, like what is like what's going through your mind? Like do you have a lot of ideas in your head, or do you like just go with the flow and see what happens? Like what do you think about this?
For me, well, the first moment I received an email saying that I'm being successful to be the DSC lead in my university, the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, it's like, man, where should I find my core team member? Because me and my seniors start with a very small team only, and in the team, I mean, in last year, my senior and I, we are in a very small team, and the team don't have any people that is very good in technical or multimedia stuff. Then until me, this situation is still there. I mean, we are lack of people who is good in technical and multimedia stuff, but I know that I need to change this. I need to bring in people who are good in those skills. So me and my friend, the committee left, we spent a lot of time to looking for suitable people. We conduct one-on-one, more and more team member recruitment, committee recruitment. Sometimes we even need to WhatsApp or Messenger people, text them, hey, do you want to join my team? We can build something together, conduct workshop together. And some of them just seen me, some of them, they do reply me, and end up, they actually very interested to my club. They just don't know this club exists. Yeah. So that is from me. I mean, the first thing I did when I'm being the DSC lead. Yeah.
I see. I mean, like now they know that what DSC is, right?
Yeah.
They regret
to watch this live
now.
stream.
Yeah. They regret
Watch
seeing
it
you now. How about you, Yien? Like, to my understanding, Sunway DSC is not like an individual collab, right? It's a collaboration or something. Like, can you kind of tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. So actually, Sunway Tech Club is a tech club that has the same goal as DSC. So previously, when my senior introduced it to us, there isn't any guideline or strict way of doing stuff in Sunway University. So in my term, I actually integrate them together. So it's like Sunway Tech Club and then underneath is DSC Malaysia, DSC Sunway University, sorry, DSC Sunway University. And then for all the activities that go through, or all the activities happen in DSC Sunway University, we'll go through STC as well. So it's like both of us are collaborating, but at the same time, we are interchanging our resources. So the people that we're using is actually from Sunway Tech Club, and the resources, Sunway Tech Club do have their own resources, and DSC do have their own resources, just that we are expanding our network to widen our community.
I see. So I'm guessing that's not like easy process, right?
Yeah, it takes a while to have, especially core team members, because the way that our previous club doing things is very different from DSC, because DSC is very organized. Not that my club is not organized, just that it's because it's a global brand, so it's different. And then I have to let my core team members understand what is DSC and how does DSC work, and then the workflow, and as well as to pass them the knowledge that I've learned, like for example the access and all that, to let them know these are the things that I can do with DSC privileges like that.
I see. All right. So now we kind of like already talked about like how your experience after being selected, right? So let's pull back a bit. Like, how about before you get selected, right? As we all know, when you apply for like DSC Lead, right, you need to fill in like a form and thing, right? And that form is usually very intimidating, right? And when you first see the form, you're like, oh crap, like I don't have this, like oh my god, what am I gonna do, right?
You also need to record a video.
Yeah, you need to record a video. Yeah. Right? So, like, I'll let you guys share your experiences. Like, so how about you, Daniel? Like, how was it for you? Like, when you first received the form, or when your previously told you, hey, fill in this form. Like, what was it like for you?
Yeah. So my previous lead, Amrita. So quite like before the application was announced and the application form was posted, she was like, hey, I plan on nominating you as a DSC lead. And I was completely like dumbstruck. I was like, damn, me? Like, what do you see in me, And I think that's like a common thing that most people overlook, especially like if you look at yourself. Like other people don't necessarily see you the way that you see yourself. So I guess it's like an important reminder that, other people can see you differently, and maybe you should just, reflect on that. But yeah, so I was completely like surprised. And when the application form was already posted, it was like Alex mentioned, completely intimidating, because they asked you quite a lot of things just to get to know you as a person, as well as a developer and a leader. So they asked us to also record a video and present like what do you want to bring to the table as a DSC lead, like especially to your community. And I would say that it took me quite some time to be able to record that video, mainly because I just didn't know what to say. Because I couldn't really find what I wanted to bring, what I was passionate about if I was to become a DSC lead, assuming that was the case. So yeah, it took a lot of like soul searching and reflection to be able to make that application, and it was really daunting. So yeah, it was a really daunting experience. But I guess one of the ways to kind of overcome that is just to make full use of your network. So people that you've worked with before, they in a way, they know you a lot more than you know yourself. So just make full use of that opportunity to get, connected with people, and just let them know what type of feedback that they have for you. Because you never know what you're missing out, or like what you're lacking in terms of your personality or your, characteristics, So yeah, that kind of just made things a lot easier along the way.
I see. I mean, I totally agree by the fact that you said that, people usually see things different than how you see yourself, right? Like, often people tell me like, oh, you're doing this, you're so good at this. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Just
yeah. It's the most like common example of imposter syndrome, So
yeah,
other people can see you totally differently than you see yourself. So yeah.
How about you, Kim? Like, what was it like for you? Like, how was it? Especially it's your first time, right? You don't have anyone to guide you.
Yeah, how was that like?
I just followed the guideline at first, and I really have, because before I was starting, I really have the passion and at the time, and so really know what I want to achieve. So the process is okay for me. But one of the most critical process is like recording videos, I think, because I really hate looking at myself in the video. I need to check whether anything. Oh, I don't listen to my own voice.
Oh, I hate that. I hate
really hate listening to my own voice.
so much.
Yeah. So I really I just recorded the video, and it just went smoothly for me. It is a quite smooth process because I really have what I want to achieve, why I want to start this club. I would say as a pioneer, you really already have the clear mindset because you really take the initiative to start this club or DSC. You really already have what you want to achieve, what's your aim, your motive, your vision and mission. Yeah.
I see. All
So
right.
you guys can actually apply lah. Those watching this stream.
yeah. You guys can apply. But okay. For those that are listening right now, if you have any questions, you can start dropping them in the comment section. We will have a Q&A session later. So like, just ask anything. Don't have to be shy. You can be informal. Just ask anything you want. So, but before that, we will continue with our session. So, as you mentioned just now, like Kim, right? You said you can apply. So, like, just to give like a bright line, Yien, can you tell us like where can we actually apply to be a DSC lead?
Oh, you can go to the link that we have attached down there, or you can just go to, I think, developers.google, developers.google.com/community/DSC/leads. So then apply. You can see the link there. And then after that, apply before 15th of May because the deadline is on 15th of May. And okay, from a girl perspective, I'm sorry to say, but if you're listening and if you are a girl and you're hesitating whether you want to do it or not, don't hesitate like me. Just go ahead because actually guidance are given and then you have many good friends like them and then it's really fun. It's a really good experience. You learn a lot. So don't hesitate, just apply. Yeah,
don't hesitate. Just do it, If you get selected, you get selected. If you don't, you don't. Personally, for me, it was like I applied and I wasn't really expecting to be selected. I was already like going about my other projects, like just planning ahead already. So I just got an email like, oh, you got selected. And I'm like, okay, now I need to reschedule my stuff. So I mean, like, just apply. You don't have to worry about that.
You can
apply.
Yeah.
So
just to add on to what Yien mentioned about not having any hesitation on applying, if you're ever like kind of hesitant in, like, let's say if you're already a DSC lead and if you're hesitant on building a community or like knowing what it takes to lead, honestly, if I were you, I would just worry about that later on after you apply, because in the scenario that you do get selected, Google DSC actually provides every DSC lead a platform online for you to develop your soft skills and your leadership skills. Like they have a community leads platform, which is super useful when it comes to, knowing what it takes to build a community, knowing the different pillars of support when it comes to developing that community and the types of people that you have to, develop as well as like, leadership skills along the way. So yeah, if I like one piece of advice, just to, like Yien mentioned, please don't hesitate because you can learn that all along the way.
And also
there's a lot of people who's going to help you.
How about Yien? You go first.
Sorry. So actually, we have a Southeast Asia lead, which is Shai. He actually helped us a lot, and actually we have a meeting every month with him. So whenever you have a question or whenever you have anything that you want to ask, he's always there to help you. So and
also you watch at the starting of this live stream. There's a video that we played. There's basically a summit. Although in our batch is an online summit, but they also have like leadership kind of talks and leadership kind of activities, and also community guides for you guys so that you can actually get to learn more about community. You can start with a blank white sheet, and DSC will actually fill in the blanks for you.
Imagine.
Especially the community lead platform mentioned by Daniel just now. Actually, if you are worried about you don't have a technical skill, you don't know how to code, you don't know how to develop apps, worry about you cannot conduct workshop, you don't have to worry about, because inside the community platform, the team of the community lead platform will prepare a lot of activity to help you and your core team member to prepare you with enough skill Just like last year, we get to attend the Android coding workshop, and they teach us how to develop apps in coding. So we can go back to our uni and conduct a workshop to teach the student in our uni to develop the coding apps. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about you don't have a technical skill. Just apply.
Yeah.
If you have the passion, just apply.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
passion
have
is
to
the
be
most
intimidated. Yeah, because people are intimidated because they think like, oh, you're a DSC, a tech club, right? You have to be very technical. You need to know all the
Yeah.
coding languages. No, that is not true at all, actually. Personally, I'm someone who's not too good in technical stuff. I have experience running clubs and so on, right? So I mean, like, you can also use this as a chance for you to like organize more workshops to help yourself and others, right, to gain technical skills. So it's like a win-win situation for you, yourself, and like also for the students in your university. And of course, you have all these other DSC leads, like these friends that's gonna help you, right, everywhere. So yeah, you don't have to worry. You can just apply, and I'm sure things will work out. Yeah. So before we go to the Q&A session, I'll ask like one more questions, right? So other than Kim who started himself, right, the rest of us, right, we were kind of like continuation like of DSC, right? So who would you say is someone that inspired you a lot to like actually do this, right? Because personally, there was a lot of times that I doubted myself, like, or maybe I'm not good enough for this, like maybe I can't do this, maybe I can't do it as good as this, right? So like, who is it for you that actually pushed you to actually become the better version of yourself, or push you to continue becoming the lead? What do you think, Yien? Who is that for you?
For me, actually, I'm Rita from UM. Because firstly, I joined as a Deaf Fest volunteer, and I get to know her. And then after knowing her, and then I added her on LinkedIn, and I saw that wow, she's doing a lot, And also as a girl, and people always have the being stereotyped. They always say, "Oh, girl, I'm not good in tech," and this and that. So that's why I actually doubt myself of being a lead when my senior approached me to apply for it. But after seeing Amrita doing so much, right, and I was like, she can do it. Why not me? It's like, oh, I'm able to do it also because, like we know girls.
Yeah.
But also
Woman in
because
tech.
yeah. And then the way she do things let me feel like really wow, and I really respect her a lot. So she's actually my motivation to do so much. And also she's right now the GDG, she's in GDG as well. And then she doesn't stop there. She just continues. So yeah, she's my motivation.
I see. How about you, Daniel, from UM as well? Is it every time as well?
So I would say that I guess the biggest source of inspiration for me myself, like Yien mentioned, is obviously Amrita. So Amrita is my uni senior, and apart from her extremely well organized and really disciplined mode of learning and running her organization, so all that's a given, and that's like extremely insane how well she does it. I guess it's like the reason why she's such a big source of inspiration for me personally, especially in this journey, is the type of person she is, and the impact that she can bring to her community. So for example, back then when I first started in year one in uni, obviously because computer science wasn't my kind of like I had no prior experience in computer science, and just looking for a community that kind of helps build people like me who who didn't have any prior experience, looking for peer-to-peer learning and collaboration experience as well. She brought me into the committee when she was leading, and just seeing her inspire and impact people along the way just kind of blew my mind. Because if there are people like her there being able to inspire me, it's insane to be in that position. So I just wanted to kind of make her proud and just replicate what she's done to me to my community as well. So I would say Amrita is biggest inspiration in the DSC journey for me.
I see. And finally, Sze Yuan, how about you?
I think the person who really inspired me is the person he's a senior from my university, but he's not from not from DSC. He previously he represented Malaysia in to join the Asian Data Science Explorer and managed to win third place. But anyway, is the person who inspired me a lot is because he's very, just like Amrita, he joined a lot of things, he joined a lot of organization, and he's like an all-rounder. He can manage everything very well. And so that whenever I'm lost, like I doubt myself, I will go and ask, I will go and try to get some advice on me, and he always encourage me and tells me that what I see in DSC Lead is more opportunity than stress, because that time I think that being DSC Lead is something very scary and something very stressful. But he tell me that it's something that's more opportunity than the stress and the fear. So and also he tried to explain to me that how can it help me? How can it help me to become a more better person? Because I'm like the opposite of Alex. I'm very good in technical skill, but I'm very bad in soft skill. I don't know how to do presentation, how to basically the business and the soft skill. So he encouraged me to become the DSC Lead because it can help me to improve my soft skill. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I mean, that's a very good thing, I guess. For me, it's mainly, of course, my senior, the DSC Lead before me. You know, I mean, I kind of started DSC with him, and it's kind of like I was invited by him to be like kind of like a co-lead, and then I helped everything from like starting and foundation and starting the club, making the club into a thing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, like he's very he's like a complete opposite from me. My senior is like super technical, and then I'm like super non-technical, right? And then so it's kind of like the two of us are like a pairing, and then we ended up making it work. And here we are right now, waiting to push it to the next generation, I would say.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you guys have a source of inspiration. A lot of Amrita fanboy and girl here.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have some questions from our audiences. So first of all, we have a question from Hosey. So Hosey is asking that, do students with no previous experience in DSC suitable for applying to be a DSC lead? So who wants to answer this question? How about you, Kim? I mean, since you're in that position.
Kim's like the perfect person.
Yeah.
Totally. If not, I won't be sitting here now. Yeah. It's serious speaking, it is totally okay. But as long you have the passion and you really wish to build a community and wish to learn and empower people to get together, it's really okay. It's totally okay to get to apply DSC Lead. Although you don't know a lot about DSC now, but you eventually know more and more about the information of DSC, as there are a lot of platforms after you join as DSC Lead, such as like DSC Lead platform, DSC community platform, and you also have Summit, and also you have like a meetup session with all the other leads in Malaysia, other leads in Southeast Asia also. So yeah, I think it's totally okay without any previous experience in DSC to apply as DSC Lead.
I see.
Yeah.
So, anyone want to add anything?
All
right.
Yeah, I'll add. I guess if you're hesitating whether or not you want to apply, especially like submitting the application, like I previously mentioned, just try to reach out to people who know you well as well, so that they could at least provide you input and like feedback on where you could constructively grow as well, so that you could fill in the gaps as you apply for the DSC lead position. So yeah, just get input from as many people as about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, just apply. I mean, it's gonna take you like 2-3 days to fill in the form, and then after that, it's like 1 year worth of greatness. Like, it's just
the deadline is on the 15th, guys. So you have about 4 days.
Yeah, you have 4 days to fill in, and then who knows, it might be the best year in your life. Yeah. All right. So next question is from Alif Fami. So he says, "Hello guys, how was the interview process for you guys?" Interview process, right? Okay, Yien, how about you? Can you share about this? Like, how is it for you?
Okay, so for my interview, it's just like casual talk, pretty casual. You don't need to be like a work interview. You don't need to show their project to show how good you are to be a lead. No, you don't need. You just a casual talk. They will assess you from maybe perhaps your leadership skill, your personal skill. So just a very casual talk. So you don't need to worry much about it. Yeah. And they will ask, but of course they will ask, why do you want to be a lead? And what is the impact that you would expect to if you were the lead? Yeah.
I see. How about you, Sze Yuan?
Yeah, just like what Yien mentioned, it's actually a very casual thought. I get to meet a Googler from Google India, and at first he just like introduced himself, and I also introduced me myself. After that, he asked me 2 or 3 serious questions like, what is my plan for my DSC? How am I going to improve my DSC? And since he know that I'm just continue from my senior, and he asked me that, oh, what is the current problem in your DSC? After that, I don't know how and why I really forget about it. We start talking about our favorite programming language. we are not talking about that, and I end up telling him, oh, what am I building? What will I building that time? Then I end up showing him my school project. Then he give me feedback. Yeah, so it's
That's random.
Then before I end, he asked me whether there's any question I would like to ask him. So I mean, that's my first time meeting a Googler. Sure that the first question I asked him is how to get into Google.
Yeah, me too. I asked that as well.
How to get into Google? You'll know the secret when you join DSC.
Yeah.
This is like one step closer.
One step closer.
Yeah, one step closer. Yeah. So yeah, apply. There's your chance to meet your first Googler.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of true that, being a DSC lead can kind of help you get a better chance at entering Google, since you kind of have the experience, connections, and so on, Don't take it from me, it's not 100%, okay, like just one step closer. But yeah, basically kind of break down how it works is basically first you have to fill in the form that's on the link on the website itself. So once you fill in everything, record your videos, upload everything, blah, blah, then after some time, you'll get an email telling you to attend an interview with a Googler. So it really depends on your time and session. I don't remember how long it took, the process in between. But basically, there will be an interview session. And then after the interview session is only like, I don't remember, it's quite short actually. It's like 15 minutes if I'm not mistaken. And then about that, then after that, you just wait for the decision to be made, because if I'm not mistaken, the decision is made by Google headquarters in the US, if I'm not mistaken.
DSC headquarters.
Yeah, so they have like specific team to basically screen through all your answers, like all your interviews, all your forms and so on. Then after a few months, you get the email, either you got rejected or you got selected. So if you're selected, then yeah, congrats. If you get rejected, you can always apply next month. You can always apply next month, or you can work on other things, or just join DSC as a core team. You can gain a lot as a core team. You don't have to be a lead, to learn a lot. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and also I would like to add on one thing, right? When you're joining DSC, there are also a lot of advantages. One of it is you get to expose to Google developer experts. So, for example, these experts, they are like masters in the technology such as Android, Firebase, Flutter, and all kinds of stuff. You really get to learn the Google technologies from these experts. Yeah, and you are able to get in touch with them as well, and it really bring you more insights throughout Google technologies.
Yeah.
And just to add on to what Kim mentioned, apart from like GD experts, you also get to connect with other DSC leads, not only just in Malaysia, but as well like in your Southeast Asian region, or even like all around the world. And making full use of that, network is just part of the amazing experience as well.
Yeah, building network is one of the big ones.
Yeah. I mean, throughout our tenure so far, we've organized a few events where we invited like speakers from different backgrounds to come and give a talk, or like act as judges in our competitions and so on. Like, I mean, throughout these events, we get to like meet people, know people, and I feel like all these people that we meet are valuable, right? The knowledge they share, the experience that we talk about. Yeah, it's a very eye-opening experience, because like I'm not sure about you guys, but as a student, sometimes you get like very tunnel vision, like, oh, what am I going to do after I graduate? I just look for a job, I just go to a typical path, apply for a company, hope something lands, and just go through it like that, And then like
Yeah.
when they do share their experiences, you get to see, oh, maybe I can do this as well. Maybe I can do that as well. Maybe this is not the only path for me. So it's all very inspiring, and of course the other DSC leads also kind of show you, because they're all from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences, and when we do share our experiences, it's kind of like, yeah, I can relate to that, or oh, I didn't know I can do it like this, or so on and so forth. It's like you get to meet a lot of amazing people. So what I'm trying to say is just apply. It's very much worth it. It might be stressful, but it's worth it in the end. The thing you gain from it is just so much more.
It's enjoyable. Yeah,
definitely enjoyable.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys also can post the questions, guys.
Yeah, do ask us questions. I mean, that's the whole reason that we're here, to answer your questions. Anything you want to ask, we are here to basically answer your questions and solve your doubts and all of that. So
take note. Yeah, you say.
Yeah, so I was about to ask, like, so I mean, as we know, like, as being a DSC lead, right? We gain a lot from it, But as a DSC, right? The DSC in university, of course, the formal explanation is to bridge the gap between theory and practice, right? So, but like, what do you personally think, like, is the role of actually DSC in your respective universities? How about you, Dan?
For me, like, I guess the role in particular was part of my vision of being a lead, in a DSC lead, and that's to, apart from bridge the gap between theory and practice, but to kind of build like an environment where students can collaborate with one another and not feel like they're the only ones doing it alone. And I feel like that kind of collaborative environment, like a peer-to-peer environment where you learn with each other, is one of the most thriving environments to grow as a person as well as a student. So I would say that that the role for DSC, especially in the University of Malaya, was just to be that safe haven for people to collaborate with one another, and just feel very comfortable doing it peer-to-peer.
I see. How about you, Sze Yuan?
So in my uni, the situation is a bit, because the definition is to bridge the gap and try to bring the Google technology into the university, right? But in my university, it's a bit different, because in UTM, there's quite a lot of tech club. We has Robocon, who is very specialized in doing robot, and we also have club who is also very specialized in doing mechanical car. They even compete in some race competition. And then there's also club who is focused on multi-tech, focused on AI. So actually, so for me, I mean, under my league, I try to make DSC as a club which open to everyone, because those club I mentioned just now is like very strong in technical skills. So they only like recruit every year. They only recruit like 10 to 20% into their club, into their team. But for my DSC, I want to make it to a club as open to everyone. Anyone can join the activity. Anyone can learn the skill, can learn the knowledge from my club. Yeah.
I see. So how about you, Yien?
For me, it's more like providing a so-called tech home for them. Not really. You don't need to have you don't need to be good in technical skill, but it's more like you can join this group of people and then learn from them, and then, or maybe not learn technical skill from them, but whatsoever, like soft skill, or maybe make friends. Because in university, we have been attending class, right? And then class is, especially right now, is MCO, so we don't get to meet our friends. So if you were to join like this club or this community, you get to know more people that are that have the same interest as you, and then you have more friends, and then at the same time you can learn and grow together. For me, it's like growing together is quite good.
I see. Yeah, that is true. How about you, Kim?
For me, right, I would think I agree with all that Daniel, Cheong, Yien, and Sze Yuan mentioned. But one more thing I would like to say why DSC role in my university is like, I think that university, at least from university, they prepare you technically prepared, but not industrial prepared. So they give you the technical, the technical knowledge, but they didn't let you like more industry prepared. So for like DSC, what I would say is like really get in touch with what the industry technologies, the industry people, how easy it looks like in the industry, what the technology used in the industry, what are the soft skills that needed in industry. Really get in touch with all those qualities and technologies through DSC, through events, meeting people and all kind of stuff, connection and stuff. And it's really, what I'll say is really bridging the gap. It's really bridging the gap. And I think that is one of the most important stuff because I really, there are a lot of people who are graduated from like software engineering major or like business major. After they graduate, they really are getting imposter syndrome and stuff because they found that what they learn in university is really different from industry. Then you think, oh, why these people like know everything, but I don't know anything. Like although I studied 3 years in like computer science or software engineering. Yeah. So this really get you one step earlier to the industry and make you more industry prepared. I would say DSC act as a role like this in my university. Yeah.
I see.
And I want to add on something because actually Google provides us a lot of materials. Like you can get free access to Kotlin or Firebase tutorial. So actually we are exposed to learn this, and we can actually. And we build this community for you to, for example, if you want to do a project but you have no friend, you can actually find your friends in the community and build the project together. And therefore, they have this solution challenge every year, which you can showcase your project or you can come up with a solution with your friends.
Yeah. Okay, for me, it's more like, I'm not sure if you guys know, but University Petronas is a heavily engineering-based university. But of course, we still have IT and other business. We just recently have business student, right? So for the IT community, I would say is a relatively small community compared to the engineering community, right? So, but then I found that there's actually a lot of like people who are actually very good at technical stuff, right? But then they either don't share it or they have no platform to share it, right? So like for me, DSC is like a platform where we gather all these like hidden gems, I would say, from the students, right? And then they would just like gather and then they would just talk about and share their stuff. They'll share their knowledge with their friends. They share their what they want to do with our with the rest of the community. And then like we would organize events to basically like try to improve the overall technical skills of the students in my university. So we will like organize hackathons, have workshops and so on. And one thing that the students are actually very interested in is like, oh, so what do I do after I graduate? Like what are the paths and so on. So we also like share information, have webinars and seminars and all that and so on. Yeah. So I guess we are kind of coming to our end of this session. So we have another question from Rahat. So the question is, as all of you guys are from computer science background, is it wise to apply from a different engineering background like mechanical or so? What do you guys think? Sze Yuan, go.
Okay. Maybe
Pokemon Go.
Answer definitely will satisfy your curiosity. Okay. When I first joined DSC in my first year, all the senior in my club are from mechatronic engineering. And also some are from mechanical. None of them are from computer science background. And also now in my core team, most of them are from engineering background. Just like 40% of us are from computer science background. So it's totally okay. I even see people from other country is from non-engineering background applying to become the DSC. Yeah. So it's definitely okay.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think one of the leads is actually from like political science or something.
Media background.
Yeah, media background, political science background. So it's like you don't have to worry. Like as long as you're interested in it, you can just apply. If you need to have, if you're passionate about it, you can just apply to it. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah,
so
no one will actually care about your background. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, as long as
it's actually just building a group of people or building your own community with the same interest. So just go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Go,
the most
go.
important part, I would say.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. Just apply. Whatever background you're from. If you're passionate
link
about
is-
doing this, yeah, the link is down below. If you're passionate about this, no matter what background you are, you want to help students, you want to gain technical skills yourself, you want to do something for your community, just apply. It doesn't matter what background you're from. You don't have to be very technical, as I mentioned earlier. Example here, you don't have to be very technical, and you can do it. Just trust yourself. Apply for it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also, there are also a lot
Mhm.
of not technical roles in the tech field as well. So it's
Yeah.
not just coding every day. You have project managers. You have like project managers and like technical technical writers and all kind of stuff. So you just don't need to like be worried about that. And DSC doesn't mean you need to be lead in programming or lead in coding.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
You just need to lead in empowering people, gathering people, and building the community.
Mhm. Yeah. So we actually have another question from Alif again. So that will be the last question for today, which is are there any aspects in your respective DSCs that you guys think can be improved on our next term? Daniel.
Well, I won't be in a DSC, unfortunately, in the next term. But I would say in terms of improvement, there are definitely quite a lot of gaps that can be filled in. So I would say one of the gaps would be maybe a lot more, like a larger representation in nationwide events, because I feel like most of our demand when it comes to participating in events the demand is a lot more prominent when it comes to national level events such as Keep the Hack. So I would say perhaps like in the next term, maybe the next leads could, shift the focus there as well, apart from that club, which should be the number one focus. But the secondary focus is just to help bring in the entire Malaysian chapter together. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I see. What about you, Yien?
For me, it's continuity, because sometimes, if you pass on to the next lead, you might not know what he or she will do, but as long as they hold the same goal as you, you have to really tell them, motivate them to do, to continue this, because you didn't want your effort or the past effort in being in vain. So yeah, continuity. And also other than that, physical events. I hope, right?
Yeah.
I really hope to have a physical event, because online events, the engagement is not that much. So you only get to know these people, and you can't engage. Like you can't even chat or talk to them like they are from what background and so on. So actually, they just come and attend your workshop and then they just leave. So there's no interaction, and your community will not expand. So yeah, please let us have a physical event.
All right. How about you, Ziyan?
I think just what Yien mentioned just now is there's no physical event, but I don't think I'm a bit pessimist. I don't think that we will get to go back to normal life anytime soon. So I think that the things we really need to figure out for the next league, for the future batch, what they really need to figure out is how to improve the interaction between us and the participant of an event, the workshop or hackathon. Because just like what Yien faced in my uni, whenever I conduct a workshop, it's always me and my friend doing the talking, just talking to my laptop or my PC. Then none of them is replying. And I even have to act like, oh, there's someone replying me.
You guys understand?
Yeah. Definitely. Or I have to answer my own question if there's no people answer the question in the chat box. Yeah, so I couldn't give I really couldn't give any advice, but I think this is a problem we need to really think about to solve it. Is the interaction. We need to improve the interaction between us and the participant and the community. Yeah.
Finally, Kim, what about you?
Yeah, I feel like at first I really wish to have physical events because physical events is actually easier and more engagement to the communities and to the members rather than online. Because online presence, people tend to be online shy. How to say, like camera shy and online shy rather than physically. Because when they are doing virtual event and virtual stuff, there are a lot of consideration in their mind. What will people think about me? What people think how I look and stuff. So it's actually harder to managing and building a community with during the COVID. Yeah, but it is not totally it's not totally the biggest problem. But I would say is yeah, well, I totally agree with what Daniel said before. Is we actually we can get bigger impact to more people because there are more people either in Malaysia or in other university they don't have DSC. They didn't get to expose on DSC kind of stuff and those this tech related event kind of stuff. So if we can make a larger one and more national wide stuff, we can actually reach more people and bring DSC further in Malaysia. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I mean for me it's like of course there's a lot of things to improve, right? I mean, no matter how good you are, even though you think everything is perfect, there's always something that you feel like can be improved, right? So I mean, when it comes to events, I guess it is true that it's kind of hard to not do physical events. Everything is online, right? But if you ask me, that's actually one of the advantages of being a tech club or like a tech club, right? Because unlike sports club like rugby club and swimming club and all that, right? They can't actually do anything, right? They literally cannot do anything. But for us, although it is sad and it's hard, but at least we can still do something, right? We can still utilize online platforms. We can like have like talks like these, and so on. So I would call that actually like a blessing in a way. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things we can improve, like communication wise, events wise, and so on. But yeah, but more than that, I feel like you should focus on what you want to do and be proud of what you've done, and things will work out in the end for you.
Yeah.
Okay, we actually have another question from Tong Nan Kwong. What is the best achievement that you think you have done on your term? The reason that we're laughing is actually because he's also a lead, so we actually know him. So yeah, I guess we can answer this as well. So let's start with Kim this time.
Well, for me this time, I would say starting a tech community in my university because we don't have some sort like this things like this previously. I think starting a tech community is a really big start and a challenging start because you need to get people out of their comfort zone to join like community and share stuff there. I think starting this community is really one of the biggest achievement, and building it to be more sustainable will be also one of my aims in future. Yeah.
I see. What about you, Sze Yuan?
I'm not really sure what is my best achievement, but I can share that the most happiest thing is there's one time after I conducted a series of workshop teaching how to do some application. Then just a first year student, I mean the junior in my university, they come to personally WhatsApp me saying that my workshop is very useful. It really helped teach them how to build an application. Now they can really build something they always want to now. Yeah, so I would say that's my happiest thing happened to me in my turn.
Yeah, that is very like satisfying. How about you?
Yeah, I really agree.
So my best achievement is like, I did it as a woman, and then my integration was pretty successful. So yeah.
I see. Daniel?
I would say one of the greatest achievement, right, would probably be being a part of a team and successfully like deploying like the Kita Hack tournament virtually. That is an insane event that we managed to pull like out. So really happy that we did it.
Yep, we all worked very hard for that. So yeah, it was rough, but we did it, right?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's more like personally, I'm actually I'm actually relatively introverted, but people don't really know that I'm an introvert, right? Because I try my best to not be introverted, right? So whenever I would do events I am, right? But no one believes that, right? So whenever I would do events or hold talks or have events in my DSC, right? And after that, it's always very stressful and tiring. After it's like, oh my god, I'm so tired after talking blah blah, right? But then like whenever juniors would come to me and be like, oh my god, you're so good. I mean, thank you so much. You know, that you inspired me and all that. Right? To me, it's like, you know, like I'm glad that I'm able to actually, I'm glad that I'm able to actually inspire my juniors. I mean, like even though to me it's like I'm just talking, you know, I'm just sharing what I did, right? But apparently it touched them. So, I mean, I would say that's like the biggest achievement for me, right? And we also have a follow-up question from Tung Nan Kwok. So, what surprised you / changed your perspective after you became a lead? Daniel.
What surprised me and changed my perspectives? I guess I would say, like, because at first, since like the COVID situation was like kind of turning down, but now unfortunately you can't say the same. So I was kind of like looking forward to hitting physical events. But what kind of surprised me the most was, I guess this is not just only becoming a lead, but like in terms of, you know, community organization, how much effort it takes to kind of build virtual events and getting the engagement going. Like I understand that it's different than physical events, but it's kind of like draining, like it goes on and on, you know. But like Alex mentioned just now, you know, the wholesome feeling after an event ends is just like makes everything worth it, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, can you answer this as well? What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Zian, like, how about you? Like, what surprised you? Yeah.
What really surprised me, I never thought that I I will need to be a lead inside my room with my laptop for 1 year. I never expected that. Didn't expect that. Okay. Seriously, I think the thing that really surprised me is just like Daniel. I'm surprised at the effort that I need to put in to lead my team, to guide my team, to organize the event successfully. Yeah. That's the thing that really surprised me. I mean, I never thought it would be that stressful, that tired, but definitely it would my effort.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have for today. That's all. I mean, thank you all for coming and joining us, and of course, thank you for all the leads that joined me today, right? So before we end, just a quick question: do you guys have any like final advice for those tips for those who want to apply? Yien, would you start first?
Yien?
Just apply it, don't hesitate.
Very good.
Short and precise. I say just apply it, don't hesitate. No, joking. Yeah, really. I would say really don't hesitate if you really have the passion in building the community. Yeah, I really think that you should not adhere your passion. Really just follow your passion, follow your heart. If you want, don't think too much. You really have the passion, it will lead you to the end. And it's a fruitful journey throughout DSC. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Zia?
Your first step to get into Google. That's my advice.
Very nice. Very realistic. Daniel, quick one?
I would say, yeah, like echoing what Kim and Yien mentioned, just know that if this is what you truly want, whether or not you're passionate or you're interested in, go ahead and apply. But if you aren't really passionate, if you're like thinking on and off about it, kind of just reflect on it for a while, because, you know, being a lead not only is a huge responsibility to your community, but it also kind of just helps you out like throughout your journey in your life, you know. So just think things through, you know, and yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And finally, from me, it's like just do it. You know, literally just do it. Whether or not you get selected is whatever. All right, just for now, just apply. Like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, then you don't get it, right? So I mean, like, you would never know unless you apply for it. So I guess that's the end for our AMA today. So thank you everyone for joining me, both from the participant sides and also leads from other universities. And thank you for coming, and hope maybe we won't see you guys again. This might be our last event, but you know, if you have the chance, see you guys again, and have a great night. Stay safe, And yeah, stay healthy. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. DSC, boleh. DSC.
Yeah, this shirt is only worn in our rooms now.
We're in our rooms, physically. Yeah, so bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
I'm really excited about this summit because I get to learn a lot of new stuff, and DSC really helps me to identify and make my skills grow.
DSCs are university-based student groups that come together and learn global technology from each other.
In DSC, I could not only learn about technical skills related about technology, but also here I could learn about soft skills like leadership, communication, and also mentoring.
I've been developing NLP-based web applications at school, and with the Google technologies I learned at the summit, I'm looking forward to taking my project to the next level.
We expanded developer student clubs this year to more universities and more countries across Southeast Asia. It is this summit where their journey begins. Over the next 2 days, DSC Leads learn vital technical, problem-solving and leadership skills from Googlers and industry experts before they go back to their universities to train more students, build projects and contribute back to the community.
The most memorable part of this summit is when we met other DSC leads from different countries, learning their culture and sharing the same goal, and that is helping our fellow students with the use of technology.
The sessions that was most useful for me was how to build community, how to focus and respect the audience.
It's crucial that students are able to see the big picture and prepare themselves for their professional career. And that's what DSC does. It gives them a path for the future.
The DSC journey helped me build my passion in one area of technology and grow my career.
We want you to start connecting with, understand your community, understand your university, see what's going on in your city, talk to businesses, talk to NGOs, talk to your university, identify problem statements, and then work as a group to solve those problems and actually build solutions.
I'd like to make sure that no one in my community is left behind.
We're so excited to work with you all DSC leads from across the region, to see your career grow and support you solve local problems and create impact in your communities. DSC!